Now, question of the day. A particle is projected vertically upward from ground with initial velocity u. Initial velocity is given how much? U. Okay. Find the maximum height, capital H. Okay. Maximum height means at maximum height. What about velocity? 0. If a particle throw in vertical direction, okay, then at v this will equal to final velocity of 0, then this particle is going on maximum height, that is capital H. Okay, the particle will attain and time capital T that it will be take to return to the ground. Means our motto determine capital T. Capital T means T small t1 plus small t2. T1 means ascending time and t2 is descending time. Means if particle going on here and after that return. So if ascending time t1 and descending time t2 means here to here t1 time and b to a t2 time, then what about t1 plus t2, that's capital T in the terms of u, and also g. Okay, so what is our motto? Our motto determine T and capital H. So how can be determined? First of all, if you see very carefully, I know that if this particle is going on here, initial velocity in vertical direction, if this one is a positive, y, okay, if this one is throw here, what about gravity work in opposite direction, so what about a is minus g. So I know that v this will equal to u plus at. Okay, initial velocity u, what about a, that is minus g, and that one is t1. Ascending time from b to a, here we have first of discuss a to b, we have discussed a to b, then and final velocity 0. So t1 is how much? U by g. So ascending time here written, ascending time t1, this will be equal to u by g. Okay, and what about maximum height? I know that using s barabar ut plus half a into t square. Okay, what about s? S is capital H from a to b, though it is capital H, written capital H. What about initial velocity? That is u. And what about time t1? T1 is u by g. So u by g and minus half. And what about a? A is g. Clear? Clear or not? And what about t? T is u by g to the whole square. After that solve. What about that value? That is u square upon g, and that value is minus half into g into u square upon g square. 1g cancel. So finally we got that is u square upon 2g. So maximum height capital H, this will be equal to u square upon 2g, and ascending time t1, this will be equal to u by g. Clear or not? After that, our next target is next motion b to a. So we have focus on descending time t2. Okay, so how can do it? First of all, make it. After that, we have focus on second one. Okay, we got ascending time t1, this will be equal to u by g, and capital H, this will be equal to u square upon 2g. Okay, now next time, if this one from b to a, we have discussed corresponding b to a, initial velocity at the b point, that is 0. Okay, clear or not? And what about final velocity? I don't know. Our motto determine t, so why should focus on in final velocity? Means before striking the ground, what about velocity of the particle? Okay, so we have focus on t2. T2 means, I know that if you focus on s this will be equal to ut plus half a into t square. What about s? If this particle is going on downward, release from here, okay, if this one is going on downward, so if you written here minus h, this will be equal to, because of I have considered if this one is going on that direction positive, if this one is going on, that is minus h. Clear? That's why from that point, see, height is negative direction, that's why minus h. And what about u? Initial velocity 0 here, okay, plus half. What about gravity? Gravity work downwards, so minus g, okay. And what about time t? That is t2 square. So what about t2? T2 basically 2h upon g. And what about h? H basically how much? U square upon 2g. So 2 cancel, okay, 2 cancel out, and that is u square upon g. So t2 square, this will be equal to u square upon g square. So what about written as t2? T2 basically u by g. So total time capital T is written as ascending time plus descending time, that is u by g plus u by g, that is 2u by g is the final answer. So total time 2u by g, and total height, maximum height is how much? U square upon 2g is the final answer. Make it. If anyone face confusion, then comment it, I will discuss again.